Okay dokie, this short video is going to cover a couple of things, but it's revolving around the steamer, the electric steamer, and the things we're going to be playing with. Sweet potato, we're going to be peeling, chopping that up and popping that in the top tray of the steamer so that we cook it, soften it so we can make some mash from that. And the bottom steamer, we're going to be using a frozen veg and steaming that up, and it's the kind of perfect things you can wrap around any meal. Tonight it's a haggis thing, but of course if you think about it, it could be, you could be doing chicken, a roast chicken thing, burgers, all sorts of stuff. You could be doing just the veg on its own, so we'll be seeing individual things that you're doing or all of it together if you fancy that. So first up, the potatoes, a couple of tips and tricks here. Stainless steel bowl at the side for taking all the peel. Sharp knife, board with a little slip mat underneath it, or that can be a slightly damp kitchen towel if you fancy that, but these wee slip mats are indispensable. Perfect for sticking underneath boards for chopping and stuff, dead safe, great grips. That kind of peeler is also the best. If I turn this bad boy around this way, you should hopefully see what we're up to. So, dragging across the way, better tilt this up a wee bit. There, how's that? Let's try that. Can you see that? I think you can see that okay. Dragging lengthways, dead easy to peel. Like a Jella Lawson cook program here, check this out, there we go. So that's what she looks like, dead easy to peel lengthways, get a shot of the worst of the peel. You've got the wee odds and sods of course at the end. We're just going to cut them off with the knife at the very end of it. Tilt this down the way. We've got the potato with the wee bits at the end. The knife, great chef trick I was taught ages ago, is to think of yourself grabbing round about the blade, not holding the handle like this, but actually curling around the blade like that. And then best way for kind of chopping and chunking sweet potatoes and the likes, cut long ways, like so. And then when they're that way, you can then cut, say 2 or 3 that way, and then start to cut across this way. Before you know it, nice chunks, as you can see there hopefully. Now, when I'm chopping, I'm using a kind of claw thing like this against the knife, that way you're never chopping your fingers off, not like that, but like a crab's claw. Same again when I'm going side on, if I do it in kind of slow motion, the knife is going up against the edge of the knuckle and it will never, ever, ever chop my fingers. Hopefully you can see that clearly enough. So again, long ways. We do it long ways because that then gives you a flat surface. Once you've got a flat surface, you've got stability. Cut long ways, like so, and then across. So quick, so easy. And of course you're just throwing them straight into a steamer. And everything is dead quick and easy, but you're using proper foods. I'm using my claw, I'm using the grip around the actual blade itself, like that, because you're feeling as if you're holding the blade like that. This is what keeps it so secure. Great chef trick. One of the best things I was shown. There we go. Right, now let's see how easy this is to put all together. So for this particular style of steamer, we have bottom piece, which I'm going to fill up with water. It's got a wee mark thing on it there. I'll put it pretty near the maximum because this thing's going to be on for about 20 minutes or so to cover the veg and the potatoes, so I'll fill that up first. So, water in, plugged in. This piece goes on top. It's actually got a wee kind of drip tray thing that you're supposed to pop the water through and feed it in. Forget that, let's do it quick. fill it straight from the tap and just put the wee thing on top. And then have, this is numbered, number 1 goes on the bottom, just to do with the size of the tray, and that's where our veg is going to go. And then we have a top tray with the sweet potato in tray number 2. Why above? Well, it's just simple really. If the frozen veg was in the top, it's going to cook, and the frozen ice and so on is going to thaw through the heat and drip through. So we'll have perfectly warm or room temperature sweet potatoes getting steamed from below and having freezing cold vegetables dripping on top of it. That doesn't make sense. Stick the frozen veg in the bottom, stick the nice dry warm sweet potato or other thing on the top. That's all. No kind of special difference about which one should be on top or not, but the fact that one of them is frozen, stick that in the bottom to drip down the way. Let's go do that. There we are, frozen veg. So of course we've got the big bags with the little pouches of steamed veg that we use for other recipes, but for kind of 8 times out of 10 recipes it's just a big simple bag of veg. All come in different types. This one has carrots, cauliflower, broccoli and peas. Of course you've got loads of different varieties. Simply tip them into that tray. That's a good big serving actually, that's going to do 3 or 4 people. So that all just pops in there, all reasonably flat. Pop the sweet potato on top, and then the wee vents at the side, the lid goes on the top, and we jack this boy up and let it to steam. Once I start to see the steam coming through that and see it clouding everywhere, I'll then start the timer on my phone and I will set the timer for 20 minutes. The veg pretty much done, 15 minutes. Sweet potatoes pretty much soft, around about 16, 17 minutes. But if you jack that up to 20 minutes, you're covering your bets. You're getting the veg and the sweet potato going to be perfect for you. We will then of course have the veg ready to pop straight onto plates and cover it with beautiful grass-fed butter. The sweet potato we're going to throw into a similar silver bowl. I've got another one. Just pop all of those chunks into the silver bowl, add some grass-fed butter on top of it and mash that bad boy up, and that will be our beautiful mashed potatoes, cracking veg and whatever the third piece of your dish is. And tonight, as I said, it's the lovely haggis. There we go, steamer, fantastic bit of kit and superb nutritional values from your foods. And what the heck, just to show you, here's a haggis. Get this gorgeous haggis from the butcher in a long roll that I then slice up, and on top of each piece of the haggis I've got a lovely slice of Kerrygold butter. I'm going to cover that in tin foil, pop it in the oven which is at 180 degrees, and the beautiful thing with this is that that will sit in there and cook for the exact same 20 minutes that all the vegetables are steaming for, so it's all going to be ready at exactly the same time. So that's a nice wee offering as a meal. What else could we do here? We could roast chicken in the oven. Just chicken fillets on a tray in the oven, same temperature, 180 degrees, and that will roughly take 12 minutes to do. You could do that. Or you could have a piece of salmon, bacon in the oven, again cover it with tin foil, etc. There's a whole host of things that could be done instead, or you could pan fry burgers or sausages, all grass fed of course, high quality meat. But the idea being that it's going to perfectly complement those other 2 pieces of the meal, the veg and the sweet potatoes. Perfect. Now while we're at it with the steamer, let's throw in another wee trick. I've got sweet potato up there, which is a brilliant kind of starch carbohydrates thing, which is part of the Bulletproof diet if you have it every now and again. Another great thing of course is white rice, and that's where this bad boy comes in. If you've got one of these rice bowls with your steamer, if you're just cooking on its own, that rice bowl would go inside the tray with the lid on, or I could make the veg and have the rice tray in that top bowl with the lid on. The things to remember here is the ratio 2 to 1. What the hell am I talking about? Well, if, there's my rice bowl, rice tub I should say, I've got this wee kind of cup thing up, if I use that as a 1 cup serving, that would do around about 2 people. If I poured that in there, that is 1 cup. What I will do to make that is boil a kettle and fill that twice. So 1 cup rice, 2 cup boiling water. Pop the rice in, use the kettle, 1 cup of boiling water, 2 cups of boiling water, let it all flatten out, pop that in the steamer. It's the exact same time, around about 20 minutes will be bang on for you. And that's the ratio, 2 to 1. So if there's quite a lot of people around and I'm going to use 1.5 cups of this, double it, that becomes 3 cups of water. 2 cups of rice becomes 4 cups of water. You get the idea. 2 to 1 is the kind of perfect ratio, and that means that the water will cook the rice the best and evaporate accordingly and still be nice and moist, not dried out, not stuck together, not sticky, etc. So easy to do. Straight in there, no need to wash the rice. Just do that, get the right amount of water, pop it in the steamer and let the steamer cook the rice perfectly. Now, another wee chef trick, warm plates. Warming up plates and preparing them for popping your dinner on is the best way to enjoy your meal and keep it perfectly. I've popped these 3 plates into the microwave, but as well as being a microwave, this is a convection oven, as you can see by the wee convection button. I would press that until the convection temperature went down to 125 degrees, and I would heat those plates for roughly 2 minutes. By doing that, that is, there we go, it's off and running, that's the perfect kind of heating time for plates, so that they're lovely prepared for your beautiful meal going on top of, and keeps it warm while you're eating it. If you don't have the convection part of your microwave, then all I would do is for the last 2 minutes that you've got the meal part, the main part in the oven, remember we had the haggis in just now, but it could be chicken, could be anything else, then pop your plates into the oven, which is at 180 degrees for maybe like a minute or so, and then take them out. And then having those warm plates, just like you do in a restaurant, it's the perfect way to have your meal prepared and left for you to eat and enjoy. Right, that's the 20 minutes up there. Show you what we're up to. The potatoes are now going to be perfectly soft for mashing, as you can see, and I jab a wee fork in them, very, very soft. I'm going to pour them into this stainless steel pot. You can get these pretty much anywhere, cooking shops and supermarkets and all sorts of places. Why stainless steel? Perfect idea because they reduce the amount of coloration or oxidation or flavour, taste, etc. that can be added to foods. You know, they can be stained, they can be tainted with flavours that have been in them previously. Keeps them all immaculate as they are in their own right. So that's the reason that I use them. A wee trick there. So let's pour those bad boys into the tub. Right, so the potatoes have been added into the bowl. What are we going to do? We're going to add a big whack of Kerrygold butter into them. This is how you get to add butter into your diet everywhere. I'm going to add it on top of the veg when I put it on the plate and let it melt into the veg. I'm going to put it into the potatoes and use that to mash it with said masher. Can you see that? Right, you can. And that way I'm getting all of those high quality fats in with the high quality foods. Perfect mixture, perfect marriage. Oh, you just wait till you see this haggis. Oh, look at that. Perfect haggis with grass-fed butter. And there's a wee look at the end product. Some gorgeous haggis, some beautiful steamed mash sweet potato, and some gorgeous steamed vegetables with some beautiful grass-fed butter plopped on top and just melting in. That makes it really creamy and gorgeous, and that's how you get the bulletproof elements into your diet very, very easily. All done with the steamer and one wee baking tray in the oven for the meat. Doddle to make, doddle to wash up. 20 minutes all in for the cooking time, and everything, you know, slotted into its own wee area in the oven, and the bottom tray and the top tray, and all starting and finishing at the exact same time. Absolute doddle, absolutely delicious. Mmm.